Welcome students, I am Mrs. Patil Yesadi from AGM College Karad, subject English. Today we are going to learn our unit number 2.5 Nose versus Eyes by William Cowper. Firstly, we are going to solve icebreakers. Icebreakers. See first question. Complete the verb with the help of adjectives used to describe eyes and nose in all respects to are done for you. In this activity, we have to write some adjectives describing eyes and nose. See. Eyes, see two are given beautiful, and discerning. Now we have to complete this verb by writing some adjective describing eyes. You can write here dreamy, dreamy eyes. Then expressive, expressive. Then kind, probing. In this way, beautiful, dreamy, kind, expressive, probing, discerning, all these are the adjectives describing eyes. Next one is adjectives describing nose. Nose. Two are given, sharp and pointed. Sharp and pointed. You have to complete the verb. See, sensitive. You can write sensitive, discerning. See, sharp, sensitive, discerning, pointed, all these are the adjectives describing nose. See the next activity. See, given below are some words from legal terminology used in court affairs. Discuss and complete the table accordingly. I will repeat the question. You have to describe legal terminology used in the court. See, for example, one is given affidavit. What is meant by affidavit? Affidavit means a written statement confirmed by oath or affirmation for use as evidence in court. See, affidavit is a written statement confirmed by oath or affirmation for use as evidence in court. Second one is argument. Argument. See, what is argument? An argument is a statement for or a set of statements used in order to convince people that your opinion about something is correct. See, an argument is a statement or set of statements used in order to convince people that your opinion about something is correct. Then third legal terminology is consent. Consent. What is consent? Consent means to give permission, approval or assent in opinion to agree. Consent means to give permission, approval or assent in opinion to agree. Then fourth word is counsel. Counsel means advice. Counsel means advice. Then next one is judgment. Judgment. What is judgment? A judgment is a decision made by a judge or by a court of law. Judgment means a decision made by a judge or by a court of law. Then next one is trial. 6. What is trial? Trial means trial is a formal meeting in a law court at which a judge and jury listen to evidence and decide whether a person is guilty of a crime. Trial means a formal meeting in a law of court at which a judge or jury listen to evidence and decide whether a person is guilty of a crime. Next one is verdict. Verdict. In a court of law, the verdict is the decision that is given by the jury or judge at the end of the trial. I will repeat. What is verdict? The verdict is the decision that is given by the jury or judge at the end of the trial. Then next legal terminology is contempt of court. Contempt of court. See, contempt of court is the criminal offense of disobeying an instruction from a judge or a court of law. Contempt of court is the criminal offense of disobeying an instruction from a judge or a court of law. Then next one is notice. Notice. What is notice? A notice is one of a number of letters which an organization sends to people to give them information or ask them to do something. See, a notice is one of a number of letters which an organization sends to people to give them information or ask them to do something. And last one is stay order. stay order. See, stay order is also called as injunction, and injunction is a court order, or stay order is a court order, usually one telling someone not to do something. I will repeat. Stay order is a court order, usually one telling someone not to do something. In this way, we have seen legal terminology. You have to write down all the definitions in your notebook. See, activity number 3. Name the 5 sensory organs. See, name the 5 sensory organs and provide phrases, proverbs related to them. See, I will repeat the question. Name the 5 sensory organs. You know 5 sensory organs, and write down some proverbs related to them. Firstly, you know, first sensory organ is air. Proverb is to turn a deep, to turn a deep air, or first sensory organ. Second one is to turn a blind eye. To turn a blind eye. Third one is to be thick-skinned. To be thick-skinned. Skin is next sensory organ. Fourth one is to taste success. To taste success means tongue. Then to smell something fishy. To smell something fishy. You know, ear, eye, skin, tongue, nose, all are the sensory organs, and all these are the proverbs related to that sensory organs. Now we are going to see information about the poet. See, William Cowper was one of the most popular 18th century English poets and composers of hymns. His poems deal with nature and everyday life. He is aptly described by Samuel Coleridge as the best modern poet of his time. The poet is the most popular 18th century poet. He wrote poems related to nature and everyday life, and Samuel Coleridge described him as the most modern poet of his times. Though he studied jurisprudence, he later admitted that he was not much inclined to the legal profession. He wrote, "Happy is the one who knows just as much of the law to make himself as a little merry now and then with the solemnity of the judicial proceedings." Nose versus eyes is a satire on the judiciary system. It also mocks at the stone-blind justice in a humorous manner, emphasizing upon the lack of empathy and common sense. Now, I am going to read the poet. Listen carefully. Between nose and eyes, a strange contest aroused. The spectacles set them unhappily wrong. The point in dispute was, as all the world knows, to which the said spectacles ought to belong. So Tongue was the lawyer and argued the cause with great deal of skill and a wig full of learning, while Chief Baron here sat to balance the laws, so famed for his talent in nicely discerning. In behalf of the nose, it will quickly appear, and your lordship, he said, will undoubtedly find that the nose has had spectacles always in wear, which amounts to possession time out of mind. Then, holding the spectacles up to the court, your lordship observes they are made with the straddle as wide as the reach of the nose is. In short, designed to sit close to it, just like a saddle. Again, would your lordship a moment suppose it is a case that has happened and may be again, that the visage and countenance had not a nose. Pray, who would or who could wear spectacles then? On the whole, it appears, and my argument shows, with a reasoning, the court will never condemn that the spectacles plainly were made for the nose, and the nose was as plainly intended for them. Then, shifting his side, as a lawyer knows how, he pleaded again in behalf of the eyes. But what were his arguments? Few people know, for the court did not think they were equally wise. So his lordship decreed with a grave solemn tone, decisive and clear, without one if or but, that whatever the nose puts his spectacles on, by daylight or candlelight, eyes should be shut. Write down difficult words. Dispute. Dispute means disagreement or clash. Then baron means a powerful person. Next one is discerning, means showing good judgment. Discerning means showing good judgment. Then straddle means extend across both sides. Straddle means extend across both sides. Then ridge means an edge. Next one is saddle. Saddle means a low part of ridge between two high points, sit with a raised ridge. Then condemned means express disapproval. Disapproval. Decreed means an official order that has the force of law. And last one is solemn means formal and dignified. Thus, today we have seen icebreakers, then information about the poet, and difficult words. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss central idea of this poem, and then we will discuss appreciation of the poem. Thank you.